Hello, I want to show you how to write a Visual Basic program which reads 15 float values into an array and then print out the sum of odd values and the sum of even values into two separate text boxes. So let's use Visual Basic to write this program. So here I have Visual Basic. I click Standard X, open. So let me first of all prepare the working environment, Visual Basic ID. So here I have a list box. Let me first of all draw a list box. So let me remove this default text box or list value. So let me bring where the values will be, where the sum of odd and even values will be displayed. There are text boxes. I can put them here. Let me also bring in another one. Okay, I can put these text boxes here. So now let me clear this default text, even this one. Okay, so let me bring a command button where the user will click so that the program is launched. So let me call this command button, let me call it add. So let me say add array, add array values. So let me change its font size or font face. I go to font property. So let me change also font style and I change the size. That's the size. Add array values. It means the user will click this button automatically. There should be a prompt message asking the user to enter values from the input box. So let me also identify or label this text box. Can say this is even or let me call it sum of even values. So let me change its font size. Let me bring another label for the sum of odd values. I can change its value here. The caption, that's the sum of odd values, the sum of odd values. Let me change the font size and font style. That's bold 12. Okay, great. Now we are going to see that when the user clicks this button, automatically there will be a prompt message from input box that will ask a user to input values into an array. So the values of this array will be displayed into this list box. Now let me program first of all this command button, right? So I can first of all program the command button here. I double click it. Now the Visual Basic will redirect me where code should be written. So what do I need this program? I need first of all to declare an array. Remember, in Visual Basic we declare by using the keyword dim. I can say dim ai. So let me also, okay, sorry, this is dim a 15 because I need 15 float values. Dim a 15, comma. So let me declare the variable sum of odd integers. I can say sum hyphen underscore odd. That's the sum of odd integers. Odd. Again, I declare another sum of even integers as single. So single means float. If values are to be float, so we declare them. We declare the variables to hold those values as single. So that's like a float in C++. Now here I can declare another variable I, which will work in groups. Remember, I is always integer. Dim I is integer because it is going to work in groups. I can say, after declaring all these values, I can say for I equals to 0, I will start from 0 to 14. Remember, the last index number is 14. When an array size is 15, automatically the last index is the size minus 1. It is 14. Now I can read now the value into array. I can say ai equals to input box bracket. So let me now put a message that the user will be prompted to start entering these values. I can say enter 15 float values. So this is the message that the user will see before he or she enters values, right? So after entering these values, I want now each time the user input a value, automatically this value will be displayed in a list box. So I can say now list1 dot add item. So the item that I want to add there, it is the value of that array. I can write array I. After displaying this value here, now I first of all want to detect if it is odd or even. I can say if the value that is in array A at position I, if it is odd, I can now use the operator mod, which can calculate the remainder between two values. I can say if AI mod 2 equals to 0, then now here, so this is when so if I say AI mod 2 equals to 0, this is when I want to test whether this value is even. So if it is even, now what I have to do, I calculate the sum up to that number. I can say now sum hyphen sum even equals to sum even. Remember, the sum even have not okay, I have not initialized it here. I have to initialize this sum or the sum even here. I can say sum, I can say here sum odd equals 0 and sum even equals 0. So this is how to initialize in Visual Basic. I think you remember. Now here It means I will add that value which is located in array A at position I. At position I. Now after let's see, after calculating this sum, I want now the program to display it into text box 1. I think you are seeing the name of this text box here. So let's continue. I can say now text1 dot text will be equal to sum hyphen even. Else, now if that value is not even, else I can say else I can copy now else I can say sum odd equals to sum odd plus AI. Then I print the result into text box 2 dot text. This one will be equal to this sum. Okay, I can now have this sum here. So what is next now? I want now to close and if then I also have to show the end of for loop here. I can say next I. So when when finishing this block, when the loop repeats this group, it means the compiler will go to the next value of I until when it reaches 14. Okay, now let's see if we run this program, what will happen, right? So I can run it. So normally the program will be displaying this way. Now let us allow user to click here. The user will click add array. Automatically the user will see this message that is prompting him or her to enter 15 float values. Let me enter, for example, 7. So 7, you see 7 is here and it is here, which means let me enter. Okay, let me first of all, okay, let me put this window here. Okay, let me run. Now this is the window. I can now click here. So let me input a value. Let me input 9. So you see 9 is odd and it has to be displayed here as a sum. Why do I have 9 here and here? Remember we said if AI mod 2 equals to 0, then we take the sum even, which was 0, that is equal to sum even plus I. But this condition is not true. That's why we have gone to in the block else and if. So here you see this number is odd. Automatically the sum odd will receive a new value from that sum that we had initially, that is 0, plus that value which has been entered, which is not odd. Automatically the value of sum odd will be displayed into text box 2. This is why you have this one. And remember, before we check this if conditions, we have add item as AI into list 1. This is why you have 9 here. So let me put now a value that is even. Automatically when it is even, it will be displayed here as a new value in a list box, but the sum will be displayed into text box 2. Let me input, for example, 6. You see, why do I have 10? It is because of this line here. I mean this line, this one. Yes. So let me continue now inputting 15 float values. I can input 10.5. Okay, and we can input 3. I can input 7. You can input 8, 9, 14, 52, 100, 78, 6, 3, 4, 1, 2, and 9. You can continue up to 15. Let's see if it is correct. But 15 is... Let's see the error. Can check error. For I equals to 0 to 14. Now I read the numbers. Okay. Okay. So what's wrong here? So let's see where there is a problem, but there is no problem here. So let me run again and see how it will look, how it will give us the result. Now let me click on add array values. Okay, so let me start entering values here. I can start entering 7, 9, 3, 10, 45, 8, 9, 3, 74, 70, 20, 10, 15, 6, 3. Okay, now it's running well. Now when you count these items in the list box 1, you find they are 15. But what about this, the sum of even numbers and the sum of odd numbers? So when you look at well, the sum of even numbers have been accumulated in this text box, and the sum of odd numbers have been accumulated in this box. When you try to analyze this code, you find that this sum is the sum of even numbers, this one is the sum of odd numbers. So you can repeat again. Let's repeat and enter some other values. So let me input 4. Why 4 is here and here? It's because this condition is true for the new value which has been entered, because it's as if you say if 4 mod 2 equals to 0, then sum will be that value that have been entered plus what, plus the value that is in AI. Then the result is displayed in text 1. There's no I have 4 here. So let me enter, for example, another value that is odd. You see, it is now here. It is now here, right? So I can continue. Okay, as you're seeing, these are 15 values. So this is the sum of even values, this is the sum of odd values. So when you understand these conditions, automatically you understand how the values have been entered here, right? So this is the way that you can develop, you can write this program. If you design, or you ask to run to design a program of that type, that's the way that you can follow, so that you solve it correctly. So thank you very much for watching. So if you have any problem, please write in the comment. Thank you.